the way from Tacula, Mexico, here is El Matador, Tito Santana, against Brutal Bob Evans. You've got the WWE legend against the Ring of Honor legend, Brutal Bob from Swansea, Mass. Taking on Tito. This is going to be a classic.
2004 Hall of Famer Chico Santana here.
It's Tito.
Tito, well, that's what Jesse the Body Ventura used to call him. I've been watching my matches there on the WWE Network, and Chico Santana, former WWF Intercontinental Champion, former WWF Tag Team Champion, former WWF El Matador,
former ECW Champion.
You don't say.
He also is one fine hairdresser. And Brutal Bob is telling referee Kevin Quinn that he had his hair pulled. I think you've got more hair than Brutal Bob, but you've got none.
And that's saying something.
I'm one to talk. He said he grabbed him by the tights. Hey, tell you something, Bulldozer. If you put me, you, Kevin Quinn, and Brutal Bob in a room, well, someone will think they're playing bocce.
We don't need a barber, that's for sure.
The crowd being asked by Brutal Bob if he grabbed the tights or not. I don't think Tito grabbed the tights. Brutal Bob and Tito Santana. This is the matchup I've been waiting for. Big shoulder tackle by Tito.
Tito's been there, done that in the sport of professional wrestling. Brutal Bob Evans, he's a technical wrestling superstar. So this is an interesting clash of styles, but I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Brutal Bob also traveled the roads, done everything here in professional wrestling. He's been in the WWE, he's been everywhere. Tito Santana is he's in the ropes, has a very interesting distinction. Himself and Hulk Hogan were the only two men to wrestle at WrestleManias 1 through 9.
And then Tito Santana was scheduled for WrestleMania 10 in an 8-man tag, or 10-man tag, excuse me, but it didn't make the show. Quite depressing.
But Tito, definitely a legend in the WWE, of course, tagged with such partners as the model Rick Bartel, pre-model, and the Can-Am Connection.
I always liked the model.
No, they weren't the Can-Am Connection. They were Strike Force. What the heck am I saying?
Well, Strike Force was a great tag team in professional wrestling history, and then they later broke up and feuded for quite some time. There was quite a blood feud there in the old WWF days.
Tito had some great matches. Still has great matches. Having a great match here.
Brutal Bob Evans, they call him Brutal because that's his style. He really knows how to leave a mark on his opponent.
He sure does.
He's technical, he's a brawler, he's got quite a unique style, and Top Rope Promotions giving him the platform to
ply his trade.
You said it for me, yeah, absolutely. He's doing everything he can to just impart his bedlam on the various victims here on Top Rope.
When I look at Brutal Bob, I think of one thing, and that's professional wrestling.
Like it's meant to be.
Butt kicking.
Take no names.
Beat the hell out of whoever's in front of you.
And Brutal Bob Evans, oh, watch out. Tito Santana smashed your face into oblivion.
And now Brutal Bob's biting him.
You know, there's nothing.
He said he's got to do what he's got to do.
Nothing worse in the middle of a contest than the finger in the eye.
Nothing worse than a teeth mark across the face.
I guess there are nothing worse than other things.
That's true. I'm at a loss for worse.
Brutal Bob Evans, this is where he's really, this is what he does to make a name for himself. Just like he said, he does what he wants to do, what he needs to do to defeat WWF Hall of Famer Tito Santana. I'm sensing an upset.
Well, Tito Santana, a little worse for wear here, that's for sure.
Arriba Derchi, I said it earlier after one contest, we might be seeing it soon for Tito.
I don't know, Tito he's looking great. I haven't seen him in years, and he looks just like he did when he was in the WWF.
Yeah, he hasn't skipped a beat, absolutely. You know, he's quite the entrepreneur these days.
Sure is, owning that salon down in New Jersey.
Like we said, Bob Evans, the commentators, they don't have much money to offer Tito, but I mean, look at his hair. There's not a hair out of place.
That's true. I mean, we could go in for a good buffing, I guess.
Hey, so the buff go the spoils.
Buffs the stuff. Tito Santana really getting worked over.
Don't forget, fans, for all your professional wrestling needs, you want to go to www.offthemarkshow.com. Check out Jimmy James on Twitter @OffTheMarkShow. You can find me on Twitter as well. That's right. You want to hear from the Billdozer? Go to @Billdozer. I'll spell it like it's a Boston accent. I'm not going to give you any hints because if you don't find me, I'm okay with that.
BILLDOZAH.
Well, thanks. So come find us on Twitter if you will. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. You can find us anywhere and everywhere these days. Facebook.
Just search Off the Mark Show and you'll find us.
You'll find the Hess Express. You'll find Jimmy James. You'll find the Billdozer.
I'm not sure Hess Express knows how to use a computer.
But that's neither here nor there. Bob Evans really trying to keep Tito Santana down, but Tito's fighting back.
Up and over, sunset flip attempt.
Oh, Bobby caught him. Caught him with a fist. Jubilation with his positioning in this contest.
Brutal Bob putting the boots to Tito. This sold-out crowd here in Brockton really cheering on Tito. Brutal Bob, he's going one for the 450, it looks like.
If Bob can pull this out of his repertoire, I've never seen a man at his height hit a 450.
He might have to pull it out of his butt. Oh, he sure did a 450, but it was after he got punched in the guts by Tito.
Tito turns the tide. Say that 3 times fast.
Tito turns the tide. Tito turns the tide. Tito turns the tide right hand. Big clothesline by Tito. Make it 2. Tito's setting up for that burrito.
Bob gets to the outside. I was going to suggest that as a strategy. Smart maneuver. But Tito's on the chase. We've got a Brockton foot race, and Brutal Bob attacks Tito as he gets back in the ring. Quite smart. Don't you think there, Jimmy?
Of course I do. Oh, he rolled him up. And that's 3. Tito Santana gets the Duke over Brutal Bob Evans.
Hall of Fame.